Well, rain brings frustration in a lot of ways, mostly because of washouts, but also because of how it affects training sessions. Having a look over the Australians at the moment, one of the big things with training indoors is the ball just comes on so evenly and nicely. And that's not what the Australians or any team wants coming into match practice. They want to try and simulate games as much as they possibly can. So a big challenge here for the coaches is just to try and change things up a little bit. We look at Brad Haddon and Ricky Ponting with the stick at the moment. They are exceptionally competitive individuals, so they're trying to get as much different variations out of this indoor surface as possible to challenge the Australian batters. Another big challenge for the Australians is the fact that Marcus Stoinis is out with that side injury. So with Sean Marsh coming into the team, it strengthens the batting lineup but takes away a bowling option. So one of the things that the Australians are looking at the moment is who can take up a little bit of that slack. Aaron Finch bowled the other day. Steve Smith has bowled a lot today in the nets as well, just in case they need to turn to them. Joined by Ricky Ponting, who has captained the most amount of games in World Cup history. Ricky, you're now on the coaching side of things. What do you enjoy most about it?
The competitive nature of being back around the national team again, I think, is what sort of motivates me to be around and to try and just find ways and means every day to make the players better. I sort of lived my whole life like that as a player, trying to go to bed at night and thinking about ways that I could improve myself as a player. So now it's the other way around. I write a list of names down in my diary when I go to bed and try and just find one little area with every player that I can work on with them the next day just to make them a little bit better, whether it's a technical thing or the way they think about their cricket. So to be back around the national team's great fun.
David Warner, you played with him, you've commentated on him, you're now coaching as well. In terms of his 100 the other day, how would you rate it?
I think that's back to David Warner at just about his best. I think early in the tournament, I said this the other night, I think he was just definitely a bit tight. He was trying to do everything almost too right, if you like, and trying to impress everybody and, trying to score runs and do it the right way. And that's not the way he plays his best. We chatted after the India game about him being a bit more free in his mind and just going out and scoring runs and not worrying about getting out. I think in the back of his own mind in the first couple of games, he's more worried about getting out than scoring runs. So, I said to him after that India game, I've been there before myself. If you start thinking about that first, then scoring runs becomes really difficult. So you've got to give him a lot of credit to be able to just switch it off like that, switch it over like that, because he was nowhere near his best against India, but on a difficult wicket as well against Pakistan the other day. And that wasn't a bad attack either, that Pakistan attack. To play the way he did, great signs for him, but even better signs for this team going forward.
Australia's avoided the rain beautifully at the moment. Sri Lanka hasn't done so. Does the game plan change too much coming into this match?
No, obviously it's a big game for them because of the two washouts they've had. They're under a fair bit of pressure. They need a result in this game, but for us it's just continuing to try and build momentum through the tournament. Even though we lost to India, I think we played better in that game than we did in the West Indies game. And then on the back of that, I think there are a lot of things that we did really well in the Pakistan game. So if you look at World Cups and tournament play, we always talk about trying to get better game on game. And although there's one loss in the middle, I think there's some really good signs and things are on the improve.
All the best for the rest of the tournament. Well, at the nets, it's not just about the cricket teams, it's about the press as well. And no surprise, there's a lot of Sri Lankan press here today as well, because June 4 was the last time they played. 11 days ago. So massive challenge for them there. The other big challenge for Sri Lanka, they've only beaten Australia once in World Cup history. It's going to be a great game.